Hi, my name is Jimmy Gould, and I live in Memphis, Tennessee. I've spent 30 years in the investment business, selling billions of dollars worth of bonds to large institutional investors. Now I'm developing something for billions of people. It's a deceptively simple yet revolutionary step in the 4,000-year history of soap. My business is the SoapStandle. It's a small, simple device that attaches to a bar of soap on one side of the bar. That creates a platform on which the soap is elevated. Since air can circulate 360 degrees, the soap dries and doesn't develop the goo that normally occurs when you set a bar down. It does three direct things. It solves soap goo. It doesn't form on the soap, so it's not on your countertop, soap dish, bath shower ledge, or in your hand. It makes soap last significantly longer. Since it's not deteriorating into goo, no excess is going down the drain. And it makes the bar easier to hold. Since one side isn't slippery, it doesn't slip out of your hand. But there are two other aspects, and they're important. The biggest single reason people give for using liquid soap at home is avoiding soap goo. When you get rid of goo, then bar soap is viable. And that leads to the two other things. Bar soap can improve both your personal health and the larger world. Number one, 60% of the substances you put on your skin are eventually absorbed into your system. And liquid soaps typically contain more harmful chemicals than bar. You want to avoid harsh chemicals for you and your family. And the simple change to bar soap can do it. Number two, liquid soap is an environmental train wreck. Plastic packaging, transportation waste. Liquid soap is 70% water. They're just unnecessarily shipping a lot of water. And we use 7 times more liquid soap than bar soap for the same visit to a sink. Save the environment and save money too. Such a simple little device can have a big impact. I'm looking for $100,000 initially and a commitment of $500,000 over 2 years for 10% of the company. It will enable manufacturing. Injection molds will total $30,000 to $40,000. Production and packaging of 50,000 SoapStandles will be another $40,000. Who likes gooey soap? No one. Who likes to clean it out of a soap dish or off of a counter? No one. Who wants to waste money? No one. Who wants to trash the environment? No one. Who uses soap? Everyone. This isn't around. Period. And there's a lot of everyone. With 480 million people in North America, that's close to 500 million uses of soap every day. 500 million every day. That's over 175 billion uses of soap in a year. And this makes it better. It's just too simple and effective. The people that use it now say, why wouldn't I use it? There's nothing else that works, stays with the soap, is inexpensive and easy. The utility patent is granted, number 9307870, and the design patents are filed and pending. It's basically a 3D printed prototype, but they have been sold, even to people that were looking for another product on Amazon and searched for this. It's not on Amazon yet, but there's been no advertising, and I've been giving them to people as I've refined it. Nope, not yet. What makes soap work are the two ends of the soap molecule. One hydrophilic, which means water-loving, and one hydrophobic, water-hating. When a soap bar with a saturated outer layer is placed on a surface, the water-loving hydrophilic end of the soap molecule can't dry out, and a gooey, gucky, sticky, gelatinous blob of a mess, otherwise known as soap goo, develops. But you don't care about that. You care that it easily attaches to the soap, it's comfortable in your hand, the water drains off, and the soap dries. Nothing else works like this. There's little or really no competition in this space with this same solution. There is a magnetic disc that goes into a bar that is suspended from an arm that attaches with tape to a shower wall. It's flimsy and it sells for $10 at Bed Bath & Beyond. There's a plastic mat called Soap Saver. If this is the state of the art in the space, I love it. That does hold the bar up, and it pretty much dries out, but it's bulky. You still have to clean the mat off. It gets all gooey inside the protrusions. And it sells for $2 to $5 online. And there's a trickle tray that has to be fixed in one spot on the side of the sink or tub. It takes up a good amount of space. And it sells for $8 at Bed Bath & Beyond. It still gets gooey and messy inside. There's all sorts of soap dishes, and some are beautiful, and people still want to use those for the decorative aspect. My wife still uses soap dishes. They're pretty, but she loves that they stay pretty and don't get gooey. The SoapStandle works with any soap dish, but just makes the soap infinitely better. I thought there should be a way to not drop a bar of soap. The first one was made of modeling clay, and as I used the SoapStandle for a while, I realized no goo formed, and the soap lasted longer. As I learned about soap, I became aware of all the environmental and health concerns around liquid soap. The SoapStandle works on a lot of levels. About $30,000 over a couple of years and a lot of time. I'll keep going with it because it works, there's nothing like it, and when you do the numbers on how many people can make use of this, It's astounding. I've thought of a number of things over the years that have become products by others, but this is the first time that I've gone through the patent process. I was encouraged by a friend that owns an engineering design firm. He told me I couldn't let this one go. It's a cool thing, and it can help people. SoapStandles, made in my study on a 3D printer, are already used in schools in India, Pakistan, and Uganda for hand washing programs. I want the world to know there's a better solution to gooey soap that can save money, eliminate mess, lessen plastic waste, improve health, and even means you don't drop the bar. Elegant in its simplicity, inexpensive, and reusable. It would be cool to create a company that manufactures SoapStandles and places them with retailers throughout the US and world, but I'm not hung up on that. If licensing is a better, smarter way to make and distribute this, I'm all for it. In 5 years, people throughout North America will use a SoapStandle and wonder why no one did this before. And in 10 years, all over the world. I'm married to a ballerina that runs a nonprofit serving hundreds of children. We have 5 kids of our own. I graduated in the top 97% of my class. You get it, right? I haven't really tried yet, but I expect the challenge is exposure. That's why I'm here. They love it and use it, except for my sister-in-law. But I'm working on her.